we've got to set it up. If you survey 100 people, 80%, 80 of them would say the meaning of life is happiness. A lot of people are not happy. And here is the reason why. If you are doing these 10 things, you will never be happy. And we're going to get into them. Y'all ready for it? But of course, first, we've got to have a rap from none other than Dr. D Knives. Give her a hand. Put it together for Dr. D Knives. Here we go. All right, here.
Be yours if you want to, but you don't want to. Do what you have to, cause you don't want to. Bet then it's on you. Happiness can be yours if you want to, but you don't want to. Do what you have to, cause you don't want to. Bet then it's on you.
Listen, on you. Your happiness is on you if you don't want to make some of these changes that I'm going to be talking to you about today. And we're going to go through them one at a time. There are 10 of them. I'll break it down for you. Because Dr. D Nice, listen, look at me. Look at me. I'm a happy person. I've discovered the secret to happiness. I'm not going to lie. I had a little genetic step ahead because I naturally just came out a happy child. And as a happy person, I can tell you what the difference is between myself and people that are not happy. I did have one bout of depression when I was a teenager. It did not last long. Let's get into some of the reasons why you will never be happy if you do these things. Let's start with number one. You love ease. Reason number one why you will never be happy. You love ease. Anything that is challenging, you stay away from. Human beings were meant to work. We have muscles. We have bones that keep us strong. We were meant to work. And if you are in love with ease, you will never, ever reach your full potential. You'll never get a healthy body. You'll never get that confidence. Everything amazing comes from stress. You learn from experiences when you put yourself out there and try challenging things. That is how you learn. And if you love things that are easy, if you refuse to challenge yourself, I promise you, happiness will never be yours. We'll give Dr. D Nice's example. I was in school for ever. My friends were done with school, chilling and making that money, living their best life, and I was still in school. I did 5 years to finish undergrad because I majored in nursing, and then I took an extra year to finish off my pre-med prerequisites. I did them during the summer and a little after. And then I had 4 years of medical school, then 3 years of residency. It was challenging. I mean, one day I will tell you the story all about residency. It was challenging. Guess what? I did it. It wasn't easy, and I did it, and I accomplished it, and I found out so much about myself. You love ease, I promise you, happiness is going to be far away from you if you love ease. Number two, no control of your anger. Reason why you will never be happy if you do not learn to control your anger. Listen. Let me explain this to you. One of the things that happens when you're angry a lot is that you pop off. You just go flying off of the handle. You will ruin relationships. You will ruin relationships with your family and your friends. And just a lot of guilt that comes with just you going all Hulk, Green Hulk on people. Anger, learning to manage your anger is the perfect way to lead to your happiness. Because when you're angry, another thing, people don't like to correct you. People just let you go on about your business because you're just like a raging. They can't say nothing to you, and you never get any chance to correct yourself because the people that can see your blind side are afraid to say anything to you. Manage your anger if you expect to be a happy person. Number 3, you chasing the bag. Always after money, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money itself, because you need money to live. You got to pay your bills. You got to buy food to eat. Things are not free. The best things in life are free, though, love. That's usually free. But listen to me. If you're out there always chasing the bag, you will compromise yourself to get money. You'll be happy to sell drugs on the street. You'll be happy to sell your body. You'll be happy to sell off your friends and your family and everything just for money. When you're always chasing the bag, when the bag is all you can think about, I promise you, happiness will always elude you. Money is important. You just can't worship it and feel like it's the only thing that's out there. That's just how it is. The number 4 reason why happiness will always elude you is you hate God. You're like, Dr. Tydai, what in the world are you talking about? Listen to me. I'm telling you. I never really hated God, but there was a time where I was not as connected to God as I could have been. And those are the time where I was the least happy. I felt that God was not beside me. And honestly, I put this one like somewhere in the center. I would have said this one first. But I know some of y'all, the moment you mention God, you're just gone. God, you're gone because you hate God so much. The person, your creator, the person that has the blueprint for you to have the best life ever, you hate. Because of various reasons, because you think he's unfair, you believe the propaganda campaign against God that he's unfair, or some of you all are like, I don't know, white Jesus, and just weird things that make absolutely no sense. If you look around, you sense it in your heart. We all have a desire to connect to God, and yet you hate him. You hate God for various reasons. You know, the propaganda campaign is working, and you will continue to be unhappy if you continue to hate God. I have lots of videos teaching you how to connect with God. Please check out those videos. And of course, this one here. This is number 5. Can we just stop for a second? Can you read it? Inappropriate sex life. The reason why you will never be happy is you have no respect for sex and sexuality. You misuse it. You feel that it's something, there are no rules to it. You can do whatever you want. Animals, OnlyFans, it's whatever. You could do anything. And that is not true. I'm telling you. Listen, the guilt that is associated, that happens in your body when you perform certain things, when you do certain sex things just because they sang about it in the song, you're like, I'm gonna go try it. The damage it causes to your body and your mind. Some of these things are irreparable. You're connecting yourself to strange people with strange energy. Some of y'all, you won't even drink after people. And you out here just letting anybody put any parts of their body up inside of you. Inappropriate sexual encounters will for sure lead to your unhappiness. And Until you figure that out, learn, and I have lots of videos in there about managing your sexuality for boys and for girls. I mean, Dr. D Nice is speaking from experience. The one time that I was depressed and unhappy, it was all around sex. It all began with that, and maybe one day I will share it with you all. Not today, maybe when we get closer, maybe when we get monetized, I will share that with you, but not today. Trust me on this one. Inappropriate sexual behavior will definitely lead to your unhappiness. Let's go to number 6, because this one is the big one. You're comparing yourself with other people. You don't know how precious and beautiful and important and special that you are. Honestly, this one ties into hating God, because God made each and every one of us special, unique. You're handcrafted. No mold was used to create you. You're special. And when you spend time comparing yourself with other people, wanting to be just like other people, you go through surgeries, you're changing your body in ways that are unnatural. You end up with complications from surgeries and all these different kind of things. And just horrible self-esteem that is never fixed by this comparison. It makes it worse. You're on social media all the time looking and wondering, oh, how am I gonna look like this person? How am I gonna look like that person? It ruins your happiness. If you are comparing yourself with others, I promise you, happiness will always elude you. Always. You love to get high. I had to throw that one in there because, you know, I'm talking to wisdomteethingers here. I'm talking to, if you're in the teens and early 20s, that's who I'm talking about. And y'all know it. You know you're out there just getting high. Everybody's singing about weed. The weed is good for you. They're singing about getting drunk on the weekends or even on the weekday, vaping, all of that. Y'all into that. And don't realize that it's not helping you. You feel that it's helping your mood and your emotions. It is making you more anxious and more depressed. It's screwing with your brain. Your brain chemicals, the way your brain function physiologically, it's getting in there and changing things. Hopefully when you get out from all that stupor, you're even able to still be happy. Your happiness neurons are still intact. Who knows what some of them drugs that y'all are on are doing. And for sure, the vaping, the nicotine affects your brain sometimes permanently. It affects the circulation in your brain. Listen, don't play. Y'all think it's a joke. You want to be happy, you're gonna have to stop being high and be just high on life. Watch some of my videos. I'll teach you how to be happy. You're high all the time. Reason is why you will never be happy. Missing core values. This kind of goes in hand again with the connecting with God, hating God. You have no core values. You just roll around. It's whatever. What you doing? What you doing? Because I'm doing it. What you into? Because I'm into it. You're just blowing like the wind. You're not grounded in anything. That's just how you live. That is bound to lead to unhappiness. Trust me on this one. You end up doing some regrettable things. You end up doing things that you would never have done had you had some values, some boundaries to live your life, a safety zone. You don't have no safety zone, then it's whatever, and you end up in whatever. You see it all the time. Let's not even play. You don't have no core values. Because you have no core values, there is no happiness. And you can start with the 10 Commandments. That's a good place to start. If your mama and them are not present, they don't have any core values to teach you, whoever you're living with don't have any core values to teach you, they just have you running around like a feral cat. No. The 10 Commandments. I actually have a whole video that outlines the 10 Commandments. Go check it out. Yes. You need some core values if you truly want happiness, some boundaries around your life. You don't know your purpose. Reason why you will never be happy is you have no idea what your purpose is. And let's be honest, a lot of us don't pop out the womb knowing what your purpose is. In general, most people are heading in some sort of direction though. Okay? And you have to head in a direction. Just pick something and head there. Something productive and legal, though. Y'all know what I'm saying. Something productive and legal, head in that direction. And as you head down the road, different things will open up. I'm telling you, that's what happened to me. When I wanted to go to college, I started majoring in biology. Then my mom was like, maybe you should consider majoring in nursing. You never know. You get yourself accustomed to being in the hospital. And I'm glad she did, because I didn't get into medical school the first year I applied. I had something to do. Meanwhile, while this year we're chilling at the house or working at McDonald's or Victoria's Secret waiting for their medical school acceptance, I was making 30 grand in the hospital, living in my mama and them house, winning. And I went to end up getting into medical schools afterwards. Have a purpose. Just head in a direction, and let life steer you. An object in motion tends to stay in motion, and an object at rest tends to stay at rest. And of course, the other part, unless acted on by a force. You have to be heading somewhere for kind of life to momentum to take you to where you need to be. And of course, you can always ask family and friends what they think. What is my gift? What do you think I should do? And just get out there and head somewhere. When you don't have a purpose, you are so unhappy. You have nothing to focus on. Find your purpose and you'll find happiness. You can always start with making sure you have service to other people. If you find a way to be of service to your fellow human being, golden. Happiness is right there around the corner for you. And before we move on to the very last one, let me talk about what happiness. When I say happiness, I'm not talking about just like giddy and just bouncing off the rails and all. No. I'm talking this joy deep inside of you. There are going to be periods where you're sad, where things happen. It's not like if somebody dies or you fail a test or you break up with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you're going to be like, oh, I'm so happy, you can't touch me. No, it just doesn't penetrate into your soul, though. You deal with that feeling and you move on. When you're a genuinely happy person, you kind of accept what life, it fortifies you to accept all the things that life brings, because life is not perfect. I also have another video about when good things happen to bad people. Life is not perfect. And when you're a genuinely happy person, you learn how to manage this. Number 10, and this one is the one that's gonna envy. Now, this is different from comparing yourself with other people. This one is you want other people's stuff. You don't just want to look like the person. You don't want to have the same personality as them. You want their stuff, and you will sometimes take their stuff. You want it so bad that you sit there trying to find all kind of ways to get exactly what the person has. You will steal. In Jamaica, they have a thing, a shiny eye gal is a trouble to a man. You just shine eye. I bet you they don't even use that term anymore. That's old school. That's when Dr. D Nice back in the day, old school. People, when you're looking and seeing what other person is, that, let me translate it. It's a shine eye girl is a trouble to a man. A shine eye gal is a trouble to a man. The girl, she looks and she sees what everybody else has, and she comes back to her man and say, I want that. Katie got a Gucci bag. Can I get one? You're envious of what other people has. and you will steal and kill and rob and never have peace in your heart and contentment with what you have. And this is not saying that you don't have aspirations for good things and pretty things and beautiful things. Your motivation should not be, though, because Katie got it. Because Katie got a Gucci bag, I need to have it too. There's a difference there. Well, there you have it. Those are the 10 reasons you will never be happy if you have any of these. We can go backwards. We've got envy. You don't know your purpose. You're missing your core values. You love getting high. You're comparing yourself to others. You're inappropriate with your sex life. You hate God. You have no control over your anger. You're chasing that bag, and you love things to be easy. Listen, if any of those resonated with you, if any of those you're like, that's me, Dr. Tydai. Oh man, I'm not ever gonna be happy. How am I supposed to get past some of these? Because some of those things are big. The first step is just recognizing that that's where you are. Once you recognize it, now you can make a change. Slowly move towards changing these things. I have lots of videos, especially in the DM for the Yute Them series. You can look at the playlist and just learn and see, get some tips on how to have a better life. I want all of you all to be happy. God wants all of y'all to be happy. And it's all here, ready and waiting for you. I wish you all the happiness, and